Welcome to a very special edition of Aggro Hour. This is Jake.
Special edition. It's the first episode. Special edition, my ass.
Special edition, in the matter of fact, that is going to be talking about the UEFA Champions League.
Wait. First, when did we agree upon this being the Aggro Hour? And it's only 10 minutes. This is garbage.
Wait. Dan, we introduce everybody? Dan just spoke. I'm Tony. Jake is your beloved host. Master of Ceremonies.
Yes, being that with the MC, this is a very special edition of Aggro Hour because we are right in the middle of the Champions League. First legs are over. We got Arsenal losing to Manchester United 1-0.
Glory, glory, Man United!
Anyways, with that being said, front page, ESPNSoccerNet.com. Alumnia, tie not over.
Was that English? What you just said, was that in English?
Tie not over?
You said Alumnia. It's Almunia.
Almunia?
Almunia. I took 9 years of Spanish. I'm pretty sure it's not Spanish, but it's Almunia.
First of all, it is Spanish, and we just went through an entire mini keg of Heineken, which we do endorse. It's very good. Very, very delicious.
I would just like to go on the record as saying Heineken could sponsor us, but we're still open to any brewery in the world to sponsor the show. Spaten, we're listening. Labatt, love you. We're listening.
I love you.
We're just keeping it open. So you know what? Just make us an offer.
Well, I think you guys all forgot that we are already sponsored by Guinness and Guinness Breweries.
Are we?
Yes, we are.
Where's then Guinness? Where are you?
Guinness is down at the Wellington pub where we're hanging out. Where actually today over 25, 30 people were there checking out the Barcelona-Real Madrid match. What an amazing match that was. Barcelona spanked Real Madrid 6-2. Dan?
When you say we are sponsored by Guinness, do you mean our show or the soccer team that you really have no actual affiliation with?
Our show still needs a sponsor on a serious note. Guinness sponsors a team. We're paying for our own beer.
We're freelancing right now. We need beer.
We're freelance booze hounds.
Freelance booze hounds that love football. With that being said, we have our own podcast, which is what you're watching right now. So, we talked about Real Madrid. We talked about Barcelona. We told you the scores because that's all we know. And we also talked about Manchester United, Arsenal. Now let's talk about the
glory, Man United.
Enough. Let's talk about the Barcelona-Chelsea. Now going into the second leg, Chelsea had a really tough time trying to get any sort of offense. I don't know if that was Gus's little thing that he was going to go in and try not to, blue cheese and beer.
Wait, hold the microphone.
No, I already did. We're good.
Okay. Yeah, so we're not going to get anywhere with the Chelsea-Barcelona match. But one match we did watch today was Toronto FC and Columbus.
Yes, we did.
Great game, right?
It was fair.
Well, speaking to someone, Dan is someone just getting into soccer right now. It's like the Joe Sixpack approach to the MLS right now with Dan.
For real, as quote-unquote Joe Sixpack, I like to refer to myself as Dan Sixpack. Maybe Dan 30 Rack.
I like ribs. Dan 30 Rack makes you think of ribs. Dinosaur Barbecue should sponsor us.
Dinosaur Barbecue. I know you're in
Rochester Raging Rhinos.
Rochester Raging Rhinos territory, but Buffalo, we are so much better than Rochester.
Let me get back to this TFC thing. I watched this TFC Columbus Crew game, and it was fair. It was really rainy. CBC needs to really step up with their camera work and have lenses that aren't sucking up all the water in southern Ontario. But anyways, fair enough game. Some good competition. Not anywhere near what you're seeing over in Europe. So that's the main flaw in soccer in North America. You don't have the talent. There's no Randy Pikaczynski. There's no Rudy Pikaczynski. Those are the guys I grew up on. They got skill.
Zing.
So pretty much you're saying there is no mullets in North American soccer.
It's not the mullets. No, there's a lack of talent.
What we're saying is we haven't looked for the mullets, Jake. And right now, us and our listeners, maybe we can get a bus, maybe a big car, and just go out looking for soccer or football. A Yugo, Fiat or something, some kind of Euro trash car. Mazda Miata, yes. But Jake, back to you.
Actually, first thing I'm gonna buy if I ever make it rich is get one of those double-decker buses and just transform it into a.
The second deck.
You can live on the second deck if you clean it.
Cool.
All right, there we go.
On our soccer road trips, we're going to nickname his deck the poop deck.
Talking about poop deck, let's talk about Tottenham Hotspurs.
Oh, no.
10th on the table.
Glory, glory, Man United.
What does Manchester United have to do?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing with the Hotspurs.
Oh, a week ago, actually. A week in the life of Dan Sixpack. We were chilling, watching the game. Dan 30. Anyways, greatest comeback in Man United history over the past 2 years. Over the past 2 years of Man United history.
Are you serious? Are you seriously going to take a comeback over Tottenham Hotspur as the greatest comeback ever by one of the greatest teams in the world?
I was fumbling my words is what I was doing.
You
are a fumbler. Tottenham Hotspurs ain't worth shit.
Hey, I would like to address this issue right now as a supporter of the Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. The Cockerel is mighty and proud. To dare is to do is the motto of this team. And to sit here and just listen to this rubbish be bandied about by unknowledgeable soccer aficionados in Buffalo, New York, is really just appalling. Tottenham, hell of a first half. It was a hell of a first half. They're on the rise. First half against Man United, 2-0 going into the half. It was awesome. Just fell apart. Got a bogus yellow card in the box against the goalie. Gomez, my man. And they just fell apart. Of course, you're going to give Cristiano, I have girl hair Ronaldo, penalty kick with nobody there to block it. So, of course, he's going to score. I could score in a 500-foot by 30-foot net. Anybody could do it. But anyways, Manchester United just dominated. Tottenham they're on the rise. They need some changes. Changes need to be made. Changes will be made. But you know what? They got Darren Bent. That's my man. I got a nickname for him, but I'm going to keep it clean for here. Going to keep it clean for this show. Keep it PG. But Darren Bent, oh man, that kid's he's something.
Dan, it's a really good point. As a Man United fan, I do support Tottenham, and they are a team on the rise. It's just they had an unfortunate weekend, or unfortunate couple of weekends if you look at the table. So, Jake, back to you. Back to the shirt and tie of the show.
What the hell? Just because I'm a gunner doesn't mean that you just have to like turn your backs on me and start performing Tottenham, the piece of shit team they are. Just because, hey, okay, they are a piece of shit.
No one said anything about Arsenal.
Right.
You're dragging yourself into this.
Right. I see. I see that's how it is. This is really getting heated. You know what? This is a great time. A couple days ago, I did not sit down. I phoned Rohan Ricketts, midfielder for Toronto FC, to ask him a couple questions about Major League Soccer this summer and how their team is gearing up to make it, hopefully, to the first ever playoff race. They're right in the hunt, 7 games in, top of the table. So we talked to Rohan Ricketts, and here we go. All right, I am Jake here with Rohan Ricketts, midfielder from Toronto FC. How you doing?
I'm really good, man. I'm just chilling right now. Weather's nice today. I'm just enjoying my day off.
Yeah, you guys do deserve a day off. This is great. Toronto FC is the top of the table. First time ever in the short history of Toronto FC. How's that feel?
Feels good to be at the top. Obviously, it breeds confidence throughout the squad. And then now it's up to the teams that's in the East Conference to knock us off the top.
Yeah, we got a great game coming in this weekend with Columbus on Saturday. Can you tell us how you guys are preparing for that?
No, we're just doing what we've been doing, just working hard, keep improving as a team. Obviously, the confidence is high, as I said, and playing another home game is going to help. We're playing against the champions, last year's champions, so it's going to be, you could say, a fierce and intense battle because they're the champions. We're at the top of the table right now. They're obviously going to feel that they should be at the top because they're a good team. So we're going to have to go there and get they're going to come to us, and we're going to have to send them back with no points.
Now, you said confidence in the team is high, but a really major, epic thing happened last week with John Carver leaving. What happened?
Yeah, I think just John Carver, or JC as we know him, he just maybe, I think he could say things, I think he decided the best decision for him to step down for his own personal reasons. Like, I don't know too much about it, but I know that he's a very passionate guy, and I think maybe things weren't, like, happening for him. Not necessarily results, because remember, we won the game, and then he retired after. So
Right.
it wasn't nothing to do with the results. I think personally, he had his own personal things on his mind that he was dealing with, and he thought that was the best decision. And you got to respect him for that. He's done a lot whilst he's been here. He's taken the team much further than they were when he first came. Like, for me personally, he's helped get my career fired up again. Ian's, you could say, ignited the fire that was, like, you could say, maybe low in my stomach. He made it huge again. Like, he just made me, like, I lost the love for football, you could say, a couple of years ago, because I went through certain situations, and it made me doubt just the football industry itself. And football's my passion, and for me to feel like that wasn't nice. And then I'm meeting John Carver. He's like a born winner, and he's a good man, player motivator. And so I'm going to miss that. I know the players will miss him, but we know that we've got to be professional and just carry on doing the job that we've been doing. And, like, we just got to move, because it's the nature of the business, right?
Right. Now, with that being said, it's just announced today that Mo Johnston is having Chris Cummins as the interim head coach. How's the feeling in the locker room about Chris Cummins heading the club?
Well, Chris, as a character, he's a likable guy. So I know that he's got a good coaching record, but he's a footballing coach. So he wants to play football like John Carver, but this is a different character. So different feel. It's a different feel in the dressing room. And John Carver was a very, very strong personality. Chris is, but in a different way. So I know that all the players we've adapted to Chris, because we've been working with him for the last year. Yeah, and Nick Dasovich, who will probably be his right hand man, he's another good coach. I think he's a really, really good coach. And he's played abroad, and he's got experience on the continent. So he brings that up. Just being around him, sometimes he can tell that they do want to do things the right way. They want to play football correctly, and they want to win, but they also want the team to play in the right way.
Right. Now, going to win, we were talking about you guys playing Columbus on Saturday. But in your mind, in Major League Soccer, who is the team to beat?
There's no team to beat. It's that one of them leagues is funny, because you never know who's going to be at the top, who's where. And me personally, I don't really look at the table, so I never know where. Because you could look at the table, and it doesn't really matter on the standings, because 3 days later you could be top of the league. Or you could 2 weeks ago, everyone was, I think, doom and gloom. We wasn't winning. We won our first game, didn't win since. Now all of a sudden we're top of the league. It turns around that quickly with 2 wins. And then we drew at home to Dallas and lost to Dallas away. And I think the mood was really low in the camp. And all of a sudden, won 2 games in a row, and then we're top of the league. And it's funny because, as you said, who is the team to beat? Because you would have thought, in England, the team to beat is the champions. But then all of a sudden, you're playing against Columbus on Saturday, who ain't top of the league. We are. So you don't know. But for me, the team to beat is always the next team. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. Now, also,